Okay, we're going to continue with the weekly AllSigns love readings. This is Jenny at 7 Chakras Tarot. Welcome in. We're going to do Cancer, Leo and Virgo tonight, okay? It's an insight day in work, so we're out a little bit earlier due to the adverse weather conditions. Very, very dangerous this morning. It wasn't too bad getting home at all, but terrible this morning, really treacherous. We had like a cold snap, so even though it had snowed only a couple of inches, yeah, there was a lot of cars totaled this morning. I did skid on the ice myself, so I hope you're safe wherever you are in the world right now. Yeah, so I'm between Wales and Liverpool. I'm in the Wirral area, but I work out more towards Manchester way. So, yeah, it was minus 13 by the time I got to work, and it was only minus 3.5 where we live near the coast. So huge difference in land, and of course slightly more north. So yeah, I had to do a bit of bond driving this morning. It's mad though, because if someone said to me like, you're gonna have to do this thing and you got to do it exactly like this at this second, this moment, and you know, I would have freaked out, but I just had to do it instinctively and it worked. So yeah, I had to like steer the car, like turn against the way that it was sliding, and it sort of, the nose of the car slid to the right, and I like corrected it by steering the other way, and then the back of the car did the same, you know, to the left, so I had to steer the opposite way, but there wasn't time to think, just did it. It was done in a split second, so there you go. We've all got it in us. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, Carol, but if you want a personal reading, you can book that with me. That's no problem. I don't take questions in lives or pull cards or anything like that. I just do the collective reading, and you watch it and you see if it resonates or if it doesn't. If you want a personal reading, that's no problem. You can direct message using TikTok or Instagram, or you can email me at jen3585@gmail.com. Okay, cool. No, thanks for asking, because some people just spam questions and it's a bit annoying. Especially when I'm trying to speak to them and they just keep spamming them. Okay, so tonight, oh, let me stop those lights from doing that, because that can be really distracting. There's all these modes for the lights, but I don't know what means what, so I just put it on static. There we go. I don't want that to be distracting. Oh my goodness, the light, the sunlight. It was so beautiful this morning, but it's dangerous getting to work. And the light was strobing on the way home because the sun's so low, like in the UK at the minute. I still prefer icy and bright to pitch black pouring down with rain. That's not fun. Where's everyone watching from? Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. How is Cancer feeling in this second week of January 2026 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? Are you watching from Falkirk? That's cool. 3 cards for how Cancer's feeling, first of all. So Aries, Taurus and Gemini were done yesterday. So if anyone wants those signs, you need to click out of this live and look at the last live that I did. in the lives playlist. And then it's Cancer, Leo and Virgo tonight. I'll do 3 more signs tomorrow night, and the last 3 the night after. You got a little bit of snow. Yeah, we got like an inch on the Wirral, and then like out where I work is more like 3 inches. It's caused mayhem. It's purely because of the cold snap, really. I've never known it to be -13. Not for a long time. Page of Wands upright is someone who's excited for a new adventure, usually with a new person. When it's reversed, we are not excited for a new adventure with someone new, okay? Usually you're not ready for a new relationship, you've been burned, you don't want, to deal with anyone new, or you're not over someone from the past. Hi, Zooks. Or Zooks. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I'm a high school teacher, so I just get names wrong all day. I'm very good at that. I have to get corrected all the way through every register. Six of Swords upright. So, see, the Six of Swords is leaving the past behind. It's closure. So it's getting into the boat, sailing towards the horizon, leaving the past behind. So, like baggage, like emotional baggage. That's why I'm reading what you've put in the chat instead of talking about the cards. Right, let me focus. She put that's why she's under the covers, because of the weather and everything. Yeah, like it was very difficult, Carol, getting up this morning at 20 to 6. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to go in. 6, right, so swords represent feelings, thoughts, intrusive thoughts, emotional baggage, as well as communication, okay? Like the 8 of Swords is being all up in your head. The 6 of Swords is like, I'm leaving the past behind. I'm letting it go. So we're no longer having thoughts about it. So that's progress. You under the cover because of past heartbreak or because of the weather? Let's get one more. I didn't sleep a wink, I got myself into a right state. It's the thought we're all like that going back to school and back to work, aren't we? It's the same for everyone. There's going to be high expectations, like new pressures put on. We're all going to be held accountable for X, Y, and Z. So, of course, you do feel, that's coming, so you feel on edge, don't you? But that's life. They're pretty good, really. And some things that I was like worried about it's like external stuff that's nothing really to do with me, that was a bit awkward. That's like sorted itself very unexpectedly. So that's what I like about life, is you think something's going to be awful, and then challenges, blocks, delays just get removed, and like you didn't realize it was going to happen. It's like a nice surprise, which is good. Let's see what my year 11s are like this week. The Queen of Wands reversed. So the Queen of Wands, when she's upright, is someone who is very confident, this is Cancer, sorry. It's got the Cancer, the crab there. Queen of Wands is very confident. She's fiery, like fire energy, full of passion, full of motivation. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, heavy Sagittarian energy. You know, Sagittarius, the archer, like they go for what they want. Constantly setting new goals for themselves, ambitious, charismatic, um, seductive, whether you're male or female. When you're a Queen of Wands, you can be the other man or the other woman. That can be a meaning behind this card in tarot love readings. Now, when the Queen of Wands is reversed, she's kind of the opposite of assertive, the opposite of a go-getter. So lacking assertiveness, passive, you might have goals, but you don't go for them. Lackluster, okay? Instead of passionate, we could be lackluster, we could have a loss of libido. Overconfidence comes from insecurity as well. So when you boast, when you kind of try to push people around, that's another form of insecurity. When it's not enough for you to win, but others must lose, that's insecurity. Why is there a number from Oxford ringing me? That's weird. I'm just going to ignore that spam. That's really random. Yeah, so it could be like someone who's overly lusty, overly pushy, or lacking passion, lacking libido, gone off sex, feeling like in the shadows, like unconfident. I don't know any and all of those things, but it's in the reverse, so it's like something negative, whether it's like, oh, you're trying to push people around, or you being like in the shadows, too passive, a bit of a doormat, like I don't know which way it is, but it's not good. So something to do with the past, some kind of past situation has knocked you, definitely, like unenthusiastic, lack of fire, complete lack of like motivation, desire, excitement. That's naive optimism. So when you've walked a path before and it didn't work out, you can't be naively optimistic anymore. You're jaded, you're bitter. You know how it goes. Even if it's a new person and the potential of a new person, you've already got this preconceived notion about it's not going to work out, why even bother? Do you know what I mean? When you're just like discountenanced, put off, deflated, bitter, resentful, you get pessimistic, don't you? Like about people generally, about love generally, about marriage generally. See, that's the vibe. Let's get 3 for the one that's showing up for you, Cancer. I mean, you've had a couple of like banging readings, so I don't know why it's coming out like this today. The last one, if you didn't see the last reading, watch it, because that was like hinting at engagement, moving in together, being exclusive, public, the two of you against the world. It was beautiful. So they've got the 7 of Cups, and it's upright. Now, the 7 of Cups is being at a crossroads. Inside each one of those cups is a different option. Now, some people would say, I'm just looking at the chart. Some people would say that, in some of the cups, there's like good things, and in some of the cups, there's bad things. And other people would say, no, they represent all the different people that are options to this person. I don't think it represents different people. If you look at this depiction, it's a little newborn baby, and the mother's holding the baby. Everyone's like in adoration of this child. What's it going to be when it grows up? These are all the things that we like to sit and think, and like, what's their personality going to be like? What are they going to achieve? What's going to be their talents? What's going to be their flaws? It's kind of wonderful how different everyone is, how nuanced everyone's personalities, characters, talents. Sometimes you're just born with talent. Talent is just God-given. Sometimes you're able to learn stuff really quickly because you're not phased by a lot. Sometimes you can be not phased by a lot, but you haven't got like such a depth of character or spirituality. We've all got different strengths and weaknesses and different lessons to learn. So it's kind of a bit of a question mark, this card. It's like, who am I going to be? And obviously, we're not a baby, but this person, because it's their cards, they're thinking, what do I want for myself going forwards? Who do I want to be? And who do I want to be with? And they might not have anyone in mind, but it's just they're at a crossroads in their life. Sometimes we think about that when we're already in a relationship, and at other times we're just thinking about it because we're young, free, and single, or mature, free, and single. But we just, we're at a crossroads in our life, like we just haven't got a particular direction yet. So it's like being an artist with a set of paints and a blank canvas and just thinking, what do I want to create? Like, I don't know. Varian Redbeard, our original Viking. I think it's like one of the most amazing things, like if you've got children in the family, like seeing them grow up year on year and like what they become good at, what their character's like. It's just miraculous, isn't it? And they constantly change. Like my nephew, my youngest nephew came round and like, yeah, he had like his new watch on. He's got like a really cool do, and I was just like, oh my God, he looks like a man. Like he looks like a young man. And there's just so much change just in a few months. Like he used to be my little bestie and we'd hang out together, and now it's like he's a man. It's like weird. But it's cool, I love it. Like I just like seeing them turn out, like what's gonna happen next, like what change am I gonna see next. It's nice, it's like a nice journey. I see it with my friends' children as well. In the challenge position, oh my goodness, you had this in the last reading, so I do wonder if this is the same person. In your last reading, Cancer, this was the outcome, and now it's showing up in the timeline, so things have moved on. We're looking at the same narrative, same person. This person wants stability, they want exclusivity. This is the Four of Wands, it's the 1111 card. So this couple, even if you don't marry, if you cohabit, if you move in and rent somewhere together, you are saying to the world, we are a couple. And we're not anyone else's. Like there is no one else like being dated. It's me and this person against the world. We have a home together. We are partners, we are a team. It's public, everyone knows about it. It's like a statement, isn't it, to the world? Like we're making a future together. Whether we decide to marry or not, whether we decide to have children or not, we've kind of like thrown down the gauntlet and we're building a life together. Because paying bills and being good at money and each doing half or close to that, or if that's your agreement, one of you being the wage earner and the other one taking care of the house, it's teamwork, it's partnership, it's exclusive, it's monogamous, it's public, everyone knows about it, everyone's happy about it. It's the most stable number. If you think about the four legs to a chair, the four walls to a house, four is the most stable number when it comes to relationships. Okay, so this is a beautiful card to come out. However, when it's reversed, if you take one leg away from that chair, if you take one wall away from the house, maybe the roof comes down. It's not secure, it's not stable. This is the challenge. Can I find my happily ever after? Can I find security, stability, exclusivity? Can I find my ride or die, my person that I'm like, you know, my most valuable player? No, it's more serious than that. Can I find my person, like, that I'm gonna build with, that I'm exclusive with, that everyone knows we're together? This is solidarity, this is unity, this is duality. You know, it's rock solid, it can't be, it's immovable. This is what this person's looking for. Whoever this is that you're dealing with, they want to lock it down. They don't want to be in and out. They don't want to be multi-dating. No, they don't want any of that. This is the dream, guys. This is the dream. If they were like a freak and they're trying to lock it down because they want your money, or they're trying to lock it down because they think you're naive and, you know, you're a hard worker and they want to take your money, and then behind your back they're going to sleep with other people, and it's a toxic karmic. That's not good, letting someone rush you down the aisle. But I don't think this person's rushing. I don't see the Seven of Swords. I don't see the Devil. I don't see anything duplicitous. I just see like upfront, I'm looking at what I want for myself and this is it, but I don't know if I'm going to get it from Cancer. They're not saying they're not, they're just like, I don't know, like, this is what I want, what do they want, kind of thing. Let's get one more. They do grow up quick. I wouldn't want them to be little forever, because that's, you know, there's such a joy in seeing what's next, like, there's a joy in not knowing and kind of it just happening, and then you like get to just be surprised by it all. King of Pentacles upright. This is a solid. This, you need to be with this person. This person's rock solid. I would love to get a King of Pentacles. I would love to get a King of Pentacles. This is someone practical. Is someone who knows what they want. They like security. They don't have any messing about. They, you know, they want the other person to put their half in. It's a hard worker. It's a solid provider. This person will shower you with gifts. Their love language, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they will spoil you. To the victor goes the spoils. And if you're the emperor or the empress in their eyes, they're going to just completely like shower you with gifts, make you feel good, like tell you look nice. Like, they probably really fancy you. Like, earth signs are not just nurturers, like they're very, they like someone that looks nice. And they're good lovers as well. So like, you know, get someone earthy, because they'll stand up and be counted. They're not going to run away from a serious connection. They like it. They thrive off it. They'll reward you for your loyalty. Like, I want a King of Pentacles. I don't know what's got you like all up in your, like, you're very discountenanced by something, and I don't know if, like, this person wants security. They want to marry you, they want to move in with you, like any and all of these things. They want to have children with you, any and all of these things. It's a very serious person. They've got their head screwed on. They're able to stand up and be counted. They've got the money where their mouth is. Like, they're not just talking the talk. This is not a shyster. This is someone really solid. I don't know if you've got past issues with them, or you're being affected by a past with other people. Let's get 3 for the outcome. We'll get messages and we'll have a little dig. But this is definitely following on. If you didn't watch my last Cancer reading a week ago, please go and watch it, because the 4 of Wands was in the outcome. So this follows on from that. This is like a continuation of that story. And they're basically like proposing. They want to level up. They want to be exclusive. They want a secure, stable connection. I mean, that's great when it's someone that you want. If it's someone that you don't want, that's an awkward conversation, but it needs to happen to put them out of misery. You don't want to waste someone's time like this, because this isn't, for once, it's not a player. Like, how often does this happen? Please really think about this offer, Cancer. This is like a unicorn, this kind of offer. The Three of Wands reversed. The Three of Wands, when it's upright, it comes after the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is like, I'm at a fork in the roads. I don't know whether to go left or right. I don't know whether to pick A or B. I don't know whether to stay or leave. I need to make a choice. Like, where is my next adventure? Which way? Once you've decided, it's the Three of Wands, okay? So this is now, I've chosen. I've claimed my stick. I've chosen which path I'm walking. Now I'm going to do it. I'm going to actuate it. I'm taking action. With that being reversed, someone's not taking action. They know what they want. They've made their choice, but they're not doing anything about it. So why would you make a decision but then not actuate it? Sometimes that's out of fear. Sometimes it's lack of resources. This person's not lacking resources. This person's not afraid. They've had time to think about it. They know what they want. So it's your fault, Cancer. It's you putting the kibosh on things. I don't even know what a kibosh is. But I've heard that phrase. And it's like you're throwing a spanner in the works. You've stopped all the cogs from turning and you're buying yourself time. Or you're second guessing yourself. You're doubting your own judgment on something. Or you just don't want this person. Maybe you want commitment, but you don't want it with them. Or maybe you want them, but you don't want this level of commitment. I don't know what it is. You're unenthusiastic about being with a new person. You are trying to leave the past behind. But I would say, because you've got the Page of Wands reversed, you're lacking enthusiasm, you're lacking motivation at the moment. You've put a delay on things. So why? I need to know why. You will answer to me, because this person's rock solid. I have had people lay it on too thick and it's completely freaked me out. Like, because I'm like, you don't even know me and you're trying to like be so full on. It's like bulk worthy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know me, so how are you? It didn't feel genuine. And so if someone's not being genuine and they're kind of like really laying it on overly thick, they're either trying to get in your pants or, you know, they're just a pure psychopath. Like a pure karmic trying to get you money. There's something they want. If they're trying to rush you into being really serious, they don't even know you and they're acting like you're the love of their life. Like, what is that about? You don't even know me. It's like almost like a reverse insult, isn't it? It's like you're just in love with the idea of being in love, maybe. I don't know. Everyone loves crab legs. I tell you what, they are tasty. I love crab, you know. I would take crab over lobster, over, I can't stand, what are they called? Crayfish. It doesn't taste like anything. Crab, give me crab every day of the week. I will take it. The white meat, the dark meat, I will take it. Eight of Pentacles reversed, a lack of growth in a situation. What is going on? Why do I feel like there's just a huge downpour, like, and a storm over the top of this? Like, it should be a happy occasion. The Eight of Pentacles is growth and expansion. These people are actively working their backsides off, okay? They're grafters. This person is like carving out shields, you know, they're tempering the metal, they're like sawing the wood, they're sanding it down, the love, the devotion that's going into making these amazing armaments. Like, it's hard work, it's dedication, it's skill, it's enthusiasm, perseverance. It's everything you need in a partner to make a relationship work. Now, when that's reversed, it's like saying, well, the other person is not doing their bits, there's no growth and expansion in this, I'm out. You know, it's like a recognition that there's no growth and expansion. 7 is the past, 8 is the future. So if this were a general reading, I'd say, oh, you're like joining, you know, a course or a college or a university, you're gaining a professional qualification or a vocational qualification. You are upskilling yourself so that you can become independent, like financially, and, you know, grow and expand your own future. In a love reading, it's like there's a future in this, there's growth in this, there's expansion. There's no future in this, there's no growth, there's no expansion. It's staying surface level. It's staying wishy-washy, it's staying confusing, foggy, whatever, you know, a negative thing would be. It's not going anywhere. That's very frustrating, and I feel like you're self-sabotaging, and it's either because you're not sure about this person or you've had a bad experience in the past where you committed to someone and, you know, took a leap of faith and they let you fall. Because I don't understand why you wouldn't go for it otherwise. Or if you don't like someone, don't get with them. Like, definitely don't. Just because they're, like, offering a rock solid future doesn't mean you have to be with them. You don't have to be with anyone, but... 7 of Wands. We've got a lot of fire energy on your side. A lot of fire. On their side, they got Pentacles, Fire, Cups, really nice balance. 7 of Wands is a competitive energy. I want the high ground. I want to win. I will, like, be better than the others. I will, you know, get the promotion. Doesn't matter who I'm up against. I am thirsty for attention. I don't care who, or, like, what other people are like trying to get your attention. I will get it. It's a very fiery, combative, competitive energy. Emphasis on competition. I want to win. I want to get the high ground. I want the advantage. Why would you compete with someone that you're supposed to build with? I don't get it. Let's get a message from them. Let me go. If you're being a player, Cancer, and this person wants to lock it down and you're like, I don't know. You deserve all the good things in this world, and right now, I'm not in a space to give you the type of connection you deserve. Live your life and let me go. What? So they're the non-committal ones. Are they the non-committal ones? They don't know whether to, like, to propose or not. They don't, you know, sometimes outside people put the pressure on and say, I thought you would have proposed by now. I've done it myself, and I said it to my cousin's boyfriend or fiance, and I was like, I thought you would have, like, you know, booked the wedding by now. Like, what are you waiting for? Because it's what everyone's talking about in the family, so I just said it. Because they're a really good couple, but for some reason they're not doing it. That's their business. Probably shouldn't have said anything, but they're just a really good couple, and we all like a wedding. So I would never normally say anything. If I thought there was any issues there, I wouldn't say. It's odd to me. It's really odd to me. Maybe you can't move on, maybe you can't, like, you don't want you because you want this person back, and they're like, but I don't want marriage, or I don't want to be monogamous, or I don't want stability with you. Like, I like you. It's just odd though, that just makes no sense because they're a King of Pentacles. But in the outcome, there's no growth and expansion. You're like competitive with each other. Someone's trying to win. Let me get other messages. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to shop and get free food and drink for a day. Like, they've been a couple for years. They've got like a house together. They've got plenty of money between them. I don't get it. They've got more than enough money to pay for a wedding, but I don't know. I do know, but it's personal, so I won't share it. Sex? Why? Why have we got sex here? So remember I was talking about the Queen of Wands? You could be the other man or the other woman. That's an option. And they could be deciding whether to leave a marriage that they're already in. That's an option. You could be someone that's overly lusty and you like to toy with this person and they want to make it real. They want commitment and you don't. That's an option. Doesn't matter whether they're male or female or you're male or female. We've all done it. We've all gone, you're good for tonight. You're not good for the rest of my life. Because you don't trust them as far as you can throw them, or they've not got, you know, solid earning potential, or I don't know, lots of reasons why people aren't suitable, but it's either overly lusty, perhaps seductive, perhaps a third party, and you don't want this person to move on. Why are they saying you deserve all the good things in this world, and right now I'm not in a space to give you the type of connection you deserve? I just wonder if they're already married, because the Seven of Cups tends to come up when someone's at a crossroads. They're already taken. Whether they're, you know, maybe not already married, but they're in a relationship, they're already taken, they're already committed, but they're not happy where they are. So they tend to like mull over like their options. They tend to like think, what could I, you know, live like how could my life be next? Or maybe this person doesn't believe in marriage. You know, maybe they've grown up in a household where the married parties were arguing constantly. It was an arranged marriage. Some people grow up not believing in marriage, or they've already been married, they don't want to remarry, or they're already married, they know they're not happy, they meet you, but they're not ready to step out and deal with, you know, all that would come of that. It's a bit messy somehow. The fact that the sex here tends to suggest like it's a very lusty relationship. Perhaps there's not substance to it, and this person has considered like whether to leave a marriage or whether they would actually want to commit to you. They could have children already, or they could be mature, have a high-powered job, being the King of Pentacles. They could be male or female, but they're thinking in a more masculine energy. You're thinking in a more feminine energy. So you're probably concerned with how things affect each individual person. They're concerned with the greater good, what's right overall. It's a good mix of feminine energy versus masculine energy. You know, the power balance is nice. They're trying to take leadership. Right now, I'm not honest. That threw me off because I was like thinking they want to commit, but with that, it's making me think they're focused on sex, they're focused on how much they fancy you, how desirable they find you, and they're not sure, like, if they want commitment, they don't know where they're at in terms of, like, being exclusive, you know, like, everyone knowing about this situation. And in the outcome, we've got delays that are kind of self-imposed delays, lack of growth and expansion, and almost like a competitiveness, just determined to have the last word on how things go, but controlling, but like, yeah, I don't like that, because that's their messages to you. I feel like he gave you a bit of a hard time as well. Only because you had the Page of Wands reversed, so I thought maybe you weren't excited for new, but maybe this is your past person, and that's why you're not excited for new. Maybe you're in a situationship, and that's why you're not excited for someone new, because I get that. Let's see what went down. Oh, let me get the messy truth first. This is my new favourite deck. Clarification deck, the messy truth. It's very modern, so it's like if you get left on red or stuff like that. Unsent messages. What was never said, holding back, drafted, and then erased again. Ooh, there's a lot that's been left unsaid. So someone thinks, do you know what, I need to clear this up? Do you know what, I need to say my piece? I need to really let Cancer know X, Y, and Z. And then they start typing it out, and then they panic and they delete it. They don't send it to you. So the reason we do that, okay, reasons why people type messages and then delete them. You're worried you've worded it wrong and that you'll be misunderstood. Okay, that's a more innocent version. Another reason is, well, I like being around this person, and I know that if I don't offer them a wedding, if I know I don't offer them commitment, if I don't propose, if I don't say that I want to be exclusive, I know that if I don't give them what they're looking for, they will leave me, like, for good. They'll cut the losses, sling the hook, and find a new shell or whatever, you know, whatever, like, cliche you want to use. And they don't want it to end. They sort of like just don't say anything, because then it leaves it a bit confusing, and then they can sort of like skirt around the issue, get a few more visits out of you, or visit you a few more times, or like, or maybe it's touching on a subject they're not comfortable to share because it's to do with childhood trauma or something deeply personal to them, issues with self-esteem, or like maybe they don't have the financial backing to like offer you a wedding or moving in together or anything solid, anything fiscal, anything practical. They don't actually have that, you know, to like, they can't put the money where their mouth is, they can't walk the walk. They want to promise you all these things and they can't do it. I don't think money's a problem here. I really don't. This person's very responsible. Let's see what let me ask, what did they previously deal with before they met you? Because I think they might be the ones that don't want to marry. Brief affair, brace for a sudden ending, short but sweet, can't last. The reason I think that is because of this and this, like it's sexual based, and that would make sense with this and this, because that's a third party card, like they just want to hook up. They might even already be married, because a court card can mean that you're already married. It doesn't have to, but for some of you they could already be taken and be like, I can't divorce my person, I can't throw, you know, that kind of like public situation under the spotlight and expect to then like date you publicly. I can't do that, I'm not ready for that. I'm not prepared for what that means. I don't like the idea of it at all. Whatever, like, it's an affair. It could be an affair. And that's why there's no growth and expansion, because it can't ever be out in the daylight. It can't ever be seen or known or public. Icy goodbyes. Amidst unclear paths and frozen moments, the hardest choice is leaving for clarity. Oof. Love blocks dismantle hidden barriers to real intimacy and trust. It could be a very superficial connection, and they're saying, look, I really love the sex that we have, but I can't give you growth and expansion. I can't, there's nothing to build here, and it's maybe they just don't feel it has that leg to it, or maybe they're already taken, and it would just completely ignite so many bombs. It'd be like end of days bad. In their world, that could be really, really bad. People worry about what their bosses will think. They worry about, being judged by society. They judge themselves. They worry what parents will think. They worry what children will think. Normally, if there's children involved, I get the Ten of Pentacles or the Ten of Cups. But even with a court card, it could suggest that, there's kids involved. There's certainly heavy commitment. Court. Uncovering evidence, getting exposed, cheating revealed. That's confirmed, like affair, cheating, sex. I can't offer you commitment. Perhaps you've laid down the law and said, you're not sleeping with me again until I get, a public relationship. I want to date. I want to be seen out together. I want people to know you're mine and I'm yours. Some people are not prepared to do that. Not at all. Because that means they're not only thinking about other people, they're thinking about, well, I'm going to get judged. It's going to be uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm going to experience financial difficulty for years because of this. Like, what kind of person does that make me? Like, they've got to face what they've actually been doing. Just because they've been doing it doesn't mean they kind of tell themselves, I'm a cheater. I'm displaying infidelity. This is what I do. They're not necessarily accountable for what they're doing. Some people just do it and they kind of like that it's a secret. They don't expect it to come out and they don't want it to come out. Unfinished business, proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. There's definitely unfinished business. Court, brief affair. Proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. But I don't think this person cheated on you. I think the two of you cheated together. Do you know what I mean? I think you're the third party. And I think they're married. Or they're seeing someone and you wanted commitment and they're not offering that. But it says there could be reconciliation. Brief affair, court. I think it's you and them that was having the affair. Because I don't have the Seven of Swords. I don't have the Three of Swords. Like, usually you get heartbreak when someone is exposed for cheating. Usually you get the Seven of Swords reversed when someone's exposed for cheating. They've not committed a crime against you. I think they committed it with you. They're thinking about sex. The reason most people cheat is because there's no sex anymore in the relationship. That's oversimplifying it, but that's usually the thing that attracts people to step out of a marriage, is like hot, passionate lovemaking or sex. I'm not saying like there's no emotions there, because sometimes it's emotional as well. People cheat for emotional reasons as well as sexual reasons, but this person's focused on what you look like and what it's like to be physically making love to you or having sex with you. Because there's a difference. There's a difference between effing someone and making love. Making love's very emotionally like based. It's what you do with someone you're loyal to. They might just love your sensuality, you know, they might really be into how sensual you are, and they don't get that from the person that they're married to. I don't know. It is what it is, like, we're all grown-ups, like, that happens in relationships when you live together. People aren't that sexy to you anymore. They're just not. Guilt, apology, remorseful, ashamed. Sometimes people are ashamed, like I said, if they have to face up to the fact that they've cheated, they've been running around enjoying the excitement of it when no one knows. It's exciting, it's their little secret, it's like they're getting away with it, right? They got, even every time they argue with the spouse, they're like, haha, you don't know I'm cheating on you. And they would die if they thought that was coming out, because it ruins their reputation, the status. They don't get to preach anymore. They don't get to like have this wonderful, I'm the perfect husband, I'm the perfect wife, I'm the perfect father, I'm the perfect mother, like status or persona. That all gets pulled down, and they get like, you know, stones thrown at them in society. So they don't want that coming out. That's like a nightmare for this person that forces them to face what they've done. They feel guilty, they feel ashamed. Normally, people only feel guilty once they've been caught. You know, until then, they're just all kinds of carried away. They're not really kind of looking at whether it's right or wrong, they're just enjoying it. The fact that it's wrong makes it even more forbidden, makes it even sexier, you know, to people who are in that vibe. Yeah, if you love your person, you don't cheat. If you're happy where you are, you don't cheat. End of. Yeah, if you're cheating, you've been unhappy for a while, 100%. In which case, an honest conversation is well overdue. Cheating doesn't need to happen. You say how you feel as soon as you feel that way. You take action as soon as you feel that way. And then you're a free agent. You know what I mean? Live your life how you want to after that. It is a pact, and you shouldn't get to wear the shiny armor, you know, and sort of have a cape and be like, I'm this and I'm that, if you're not. I know you still put in all the years, but there's ways of doing stuff, and that ain't it. That ain't it. You should cheating on everyone involved when you do that. Is there anything I haven't picked yet? Let's get. So there's blocks to real intimacy. We've got sex. They've got, I can't offer you the connection that you deserve right now. So they're only offering passion. I know it's like done a 360 or a 180, however you want to term it, but it's not what I thought. It's like they're offering shallow. They're not offering open exclusive. That's the challenge for them. Is like, they know you probably want full on commitment, and what they're enjoying is the sex. Okay, that's just a fact. They've said it. It's their words. Their words, not mine. They're saying, let me go. You know, you can get hooked. You can get hooked on the drama, hooked on the highs and lows. sometimes it's nice to have something going on rather than nothing going on. I pretend I didn't care, but I see you in my dreams. You've moved on, haven't you? I just want you to be happy, even if it's not with me. I mean, and I would say that's their cards normally. They're pushing you away. They're pushing you away. Okay, like in a selfish way, this person not going to want you to move on because you're hot, you're sexy, they get loads of stuff from being with you. You're probably even a really nice person as well. But something about their situation, like who wouldn't want to get with that, okay? But something about their situation, they're not offering this, and it's because they probably aren't able to. I don't know. Okay, the Four of Wands was in your last reading, and that was in the outcome. So I don't know if they proposed and then took it back, or it seemed like that was going to happen and they didn't, or what. But in this spread, this week, there's someone showing up that could be really shady, could be trying to slip out of the net, you know, slip out of your grip, undo like what they've mentioned or suggested or encouraged, duck out of it. I don't know. Unfinished business, but then we've got proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation, and they do have some sort of unconditional love. Why are they saying let me go? You deserve all the good things in this world, and right now I'm not in a space to give you the type of connection you deserve. Live your life and let me go. Why are they pushing you away? Lack of grief and expansion in the outcome. Three of Wands reversed. Not taking any action even though we know what we want. I just want you to be happy even if it's not with me. Well, what is their issue? Like, what is the problem? It says brief affair and court. I can only think, guys, that they're already taken. They are showing up as a court card, and it says brief affair and court, and you're showing up as the Queen of Wands. I don't think they're available. I don't think they're available. I really want to watch the last Cancer reading now to, like, take another look at that. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it later. Let's get a message from the universe. This is your validation that things are finally beginning to work out for you. Get ready for unexpected breakthroughs. Good news and plot twists. Blessings are coming. Like, Cancer, like, whatever's going on, whatever goes on with this person, it says that there's going to be a plot twist. So something really ironic or unexpected is going to happen. It's not going to go how you thought it was going to go. But it's like in a good way for you, like blessings are coming. So that's nice to know. Who doesn't want blessings coming their way? Get ready for unexpected breakthroughs. There could be reconciliation here. Maybe they'll realise, like, it's not just sex. Maybe once you let them go, they'll come back. I don't know. It's like to be continued. Maybe you're getting blessings from walking away from a situationship where someone's refusing to commit. I don't really know more than that. Belief. I believe in myself, the beauty of life, and the goodness of God. Thus, I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me. My life is showered in divine light, and my heart opens to the power of the universe. This is your validation that things are finally beginning to work out for you. Get ready for unexpected breakthroughs. It's going to go your way. It's going to go your way. This is a love reading, and a message from the universe is that there could be forgiveness and reconciliation. Things are unfinished. That's why you're not excited for new love. I do think this person has got deeper feelings for you. For some reason, they can't have it be public. So you need to kind of like go, yeah, that's because they're married, or yeah, that's because they're living with someone. You're going to have to like put 2 and 2 together, because I'm not a fly on the wall, but the universe is saying that things are going to go your way and it's quite unexpected. Maybe this person's going to think, shit, I'm actually in love with Cancer. And I know I told them to like move on, but I don't want them to. Sometimes that happens like retrospectively. It's very common that. I am courageous and I am capable of facing my fears. Write down something you fear and one small action you can take to slowly overcome it. So if you don't like going out in big crowds, go out in a big crowd, yeah? See that nothing terrible happens and you might conquer that fear. You don't like group hangs, you're normally just in your room by yourself, go to like a small dinner party or host a small dinner party, then build up to a group hang and then go to a large event. Like, do something that you're scared of. You know, sometimes you don't like change, you know, a new thing that work's trying to push. We really want to focus on X, Y, or Z this term. We really want to see this in lessons. Why don't you take the bull by the horns and do it? You know, and then get them off your back. Instead of going, oh, I don't really know anything about that. I don't know where to find that resource, or like, I don't think it's for me, or I just keep doing what I always do. Do something different. I know it seems small, but I can't stand heights. I am really thrown off. Even going 2 steps up a ladder is a lot for me. 3 or 4 steps and I could have an accident because I feel so dizzy and weird and my legs go like jelly and I don't feel in control of what's happening, and I immediately try to get down again. You know, maybe I should go up into the attic. You know, maybe I'll be fine. And then I'll be like, oh, I don't mind doing that now. I don't think it has to be major stuff, but it might feel major to you. We were talking about learning to swim today. I know a lot of adults, like colleagues, that can't swim. And I'm like, you know what, I'm so glad I can swim. And like, can't believe people in the military weren't taught to swim like in decades gone by. You know, I think it's really wrong. And like, what if you have children and you can't swim? Like, do you want to learn to swim? And some people are like, yes, I do. And some people are like, no, I don't. It's up to you, okay? But like, there's some kind of fear that you've got, face it, and it'll be like really empowering. I don't think every time you're gonna do something and it's gonna like be positive. If I go skiing and I have a near miss, I'll never want to ski again. So you really have to think like about something that is very important to you and whether it's worth taking a risk. But it, you know, sometimes it can be like something that people are like, I didn't think that would be an issue for you, and it's actually quite a big issue. Like trying a new food and you're like, I just don't try new foods, like always go to the same place, or I always have to do X, Y, or Z. Just try and do the thing that you're avoiding, and if it's not that bad, it'll be quite empowering, and you'll think like, oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore, or I don't have to avoid that anymore, or I don't have to, do you know what I mean? if you've never had a period of time being single, you know, like, be single. And I don't mean date, I mean, like, be by yourself, be whole, just you. Like, find passions, like, start a course, start a side hustle, have projects, do whatever to feel complete. Like, obviously, on top of seeing friends or family, going to work, but, like, try to pad out your life so that you feel complete, like, without a relationship. Fight your fears and do something you've never, you know, like, you've always, like, had to be with someone. Because the people that do that, they always have to be in a relationship, like, they can't be by themselves. They always have to see a friend every single night of the week. They're seeing someone. They can't just be in their own company, you know, or every single night they're by themselves and they won't just go out. They keep saying no to everything. Just mix it up. Yeah, throw yourself out of your comfort zone. When I stop hiding, the world becomes gentler. Sometimes you get thrown into situations because you keep avoiding them. So they're like little tests, little obstacles that are going to get set in your path. Like, if you keep avoiding confrontation, you'll be put in such a situation in work where you have to stand up for yourself, or it'll happen in a relationship. That is 100% why you get sent a karmic. If you are someone that is too passive, you're a people pleaser, you always like go along with stuff, even if it's a major red flag, you just kind of look the other way, you will get sent drama and someone will cross over every boundary until you say no, that's not good for me and I'm not having it anymore, and you can do one. You will get sent a karmic love lesson. You might get sent lessons in other ways. Just stop hiding, because it's like I went without sleep last night going to work, and then the thing I was worried about, that's completely like not even a thing anymore. Like, and it's through external reasons. It's nothing to do with me. So imagine if I just went, "Do you know what? I can't stand the pressure. I'm not going to go in." Like, just face up to stuff and do it. And sometimes like paths are cleared for you, or sometimes like stuff's not as bad as what you imagine it to be. I went, this is really random, but I went clay pigeon shooting, and that's not really in my comfort zone to do something like that. I've never done something like that before. Ended up being really good at it. Like, better than my boyfriend at the time, better than my dad. They were like, whoa, like, what's going on? I had no way of knowing that I would be like good at it, and I'm like really good at it. So that was like very cool. Sometimes you just need to do it. There's things I know I won't like I knew I would hate cottage cheese. I knew that I would hate canopy riding. I knew I would hate skiing. So I'd never done it again. Um, Never tried it again, never done it again. But some things you'll do and you're like, God, I didn't think I'd be good at that, or like, that feels quite nice actually, or that wasn't even that bad. Everyone learns, don't they, to like do the first day at work. It's classic. Like, most of us are still traumatized by our first day at school. When you leave your parents, like the safety and the comfort of like being in like your mum and dad's house, or whoever your primary carer was, like, you've got to go to school and the teacher seems really mean, and like there's all these routines to adhere to and rules and stuff, and it feels like an eternity without your parents or whoever it is that looks after you. You just like get used to it, don't you? But it's like, as an adult, you know you got to do your first day of work. As a teenager, you know you got to go back to high school, even though you've got that back to school feeling. Just do it. You know you got to be single after someone leaves you. You got to do it. Got no choice. Got to just fucking do it. Feel the sound. Close your eyes and let your body go limp. Begin to listen to the sounds around you as if they were a symphony. Are they sharp? like the chirping of a bird, or soft, like the rustling of leaves? Are they continuous or intermittent? How do these sounds make you feel? Do they soothe you or distract you? Listen for a while and then focus on the rhythm of your heartbeat for 5 to 10 minutes. That's one of my most favourite sounds in the world. Is, you know, when you stood in the woods and then the wind like makes all the leaves like rustle. I love that in summer. I absolutely love that sound. I don't know why. It is like a symphony. I'm a Taurus though, so I'm a proper earth mother. Like, by tuning into these sensations, you bring awareness to the present moment. Simultaneously, your mental stress and physical tension will start to dissipate. I tell you what I don't like, you know, the branch is like tapping on the window. That's just annoying. That's just annoying. Yeah, certain sounds like the drip of a tap or something. It's just annoying. But it's just about focusing and being, what's the word? Mindful. Mindfulness was like a huge buzzword, wasn't it? Like 3 years ago. Being mindful. You gotta be present, you gotta be mindful. Mindful colouring, like mindful meditation. Um, Try to be present, don't allow yourself to be preoccupied. No, no energy. My energy flows in perfect harmony. It's got all the chakras, every single chakra, all 7 of them, all the colours. My energy flows in perfect harmony. You know that you have to work on your root chakra first, because that one activates your sacral chakra, and that activates your solar plexus chakra, and that activates your heart chakra. And it's like cogs that activate one another. So if that one's not sorted, it can't move the next one, can't move the next one, can't move the next one, and so on. So when you get to a point where you're really in tune with your own instincts, your own intuition, your relationship with the divine, you start to have like psychic gifts and stuff. And this is all changing all the time. Sometimes we feel like that and then we come back to fear state because we lose our job, or fear state because we reach the end of a contract, and where we felt really secure, we now feel really insecure, you know, or we were all right for a few weeks and now it's like not okay to still be unemployed. You know, that's constantly like needing to be addressed, but one is dependent on the other, is dependent on the next, the next, the next. It goes like that. So that's a really nice card to get. You know, when you're confident and you feel like things are going in your favour, you're able to kind of forgive and be more mature. When you're insecure, you kind of bear grudges, you know, and you won't let things go. If you're really happy with how things are going, you let bygones be bygones. Does that make sense? So then you're able to say how you feel about stuff. You can really articulate yourself, advocate for yourself, speak your mind. You know, you trust your instincts. Everything you've done so far has been the right decision. You get really confident, you know, really emboldened, and then you realise that everything happened for a reason, and there's a major, you know, like picture here, a wider picture. We're all here for a reason on this planet, you know, like, and your connection to the divine is just pure trust, pure like faith. It's really beautiful. I can't believe you got that card. And that then like makes you feel secure again. So that makes sense. That would be like a wheel. It's kind of leaning towards reconciliation. I think this person has more feelings than what they're letting on. They're perhaps just not legally or emotionally available or practically available. They can't go public. I don't know. It's something like this, okay? I hope you liked this reading. I hope it resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe. follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. If you wish to contribute, there's a link in the channel description to give a little donation. You can always highlight yourself in the lives with a super chat. You can do super thanks on a video if you feel like it really resonates for you. There's loads of ways to show your appreciation. A like, a subscribe, a really nice comment keeps me going because I'm back at work doing a full-time teaching job and my tarot on top now. But yeah, I don't know whether to pull a card for new love, like a timing for new love, because let's say about a timing for reconciliation, because I do feel like you're really into this person, so I don't think it's really appropriate to look for new love. When will there be reconciliation between Cancer and the one that they're involved with? So we've got autumn, but we've also got within a couple of months. So for some of you, it could be springtime, and for some of you, well, late winter, early spring, and for some of you, it could be as late as autumn this year. So between 2 and 6 months, between 2 and 8 months. It's going to be a little while, but this is unfinished business, for sure. Hi, I'm good, thank you. First day back at work, ripped off the plaster. Thank you for asking, Ahmed. What sign are you? Very Redbeard, you're too nice to have like bitterness against your ex-wife. I know that's not the case. Far too emotionally intelligent. I think like even if like you don't love each other anymore, if you respect someone for how they parent like your children, that's a really nice kind of like unconditional love, isn't it? It's like I have respect for you, like I trust you with my children, with our children. Hardest thing is when someone uses the children as like a pawn in a game or something. It's really disrespectful, very narcissistic, selfish. How old are your children, Very and Redbeard? My nephews are like 14 and 17, 16, 17. But they look like, you know, they look like men. It's like freaky. Moustache era. Okay, Leo, on to Leo. What time is it? 5:20 and it's pitch black outside. It feels like 9 o'clock or something. Let's do one more shuffle and then we'll see what's going on with our Leos. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Leo's highest good. How is Leo feeling in the second week of January 2026 with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Leo's feeling first of all. The 3 of Pentacles, and it's upright. That's a nice card to get. So in terms of love relationships, this is about partnership. This is about teamwork. 3 is a number of community. So if there's 3 people or 2 people, each person is putting in time, money and energy to make it work. It's cooperation. So that's really good. You're looking for cooperation. You may be receiving cooperation. Let's get 2 more for you. How's Leo feeling? The 8 of Wands reverse. Now why? Why when we're getting cooperation would we bring a halt to everything? Or maybe you feel, maybe you haven't chosen to halt everything, but life has kind of thrown a spanner in the works. Put the kibosh on things. I'm going to have to look up what that means. Or what is a kibosh? I know why. What is a kibosh? The 5 of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, feeling lonely, feeling a lack of mentality, like lack of money, lack of resources, lack of time, lack of energy, lack of attention. It's a lack mentality. I've not done Pisces. I'll be doing Pisces on Wednesday. I'm doing 3 signs each night. So I did 3 signs yesterday. I'm doing the next 3 today. So not tomorrow, but the next day I'll do Pisces. Right, they've got, whoever's showing up for you, Leo, has got the 6 of Cups, but it's in the challenge position. So the 6 of Cups is a soulmate energy. It's feeling like you've known someone for a lifetime, or maybe you have shared a lot of years with someone. You've built up a lot of memories. These cups represent years together. Okay, and it's a cup of a card of nostalgia. It's happy, it's really nice, cozy vibes, like family vibes. The 6 of Cups, when it's reversed, is like, this is not my soulmate. It never was my soulmate, or I've realised they're not my soulmate anymore. This is the challenge. Like, is this person someone that I'm going to like flow with really easily? Does it feel like I've known them forever? Now they've got the King of Wands reverse. So that's fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. The King of Wands, when it's upright, is someone who is in their power, solar plexus activated, assertive. They know what they want, they create goals, they take action, and they make it happen. This is someone who's in their power. When it's reversed, it's someone who's disempowered, disemboldened, lacking confidence. They don't know what they want, so they're not going for it. They could be very insecure. Now, insecurity can also mean that we boast when we have to overly, like, say, I'm the best at this, I'm the best at that, when we overly like boast about our own talents and abilities, that's a form of insecurity. So you could be very pushy, very demanding, very domineering. That's a form of insecurity. You don't need to control people if you're confident that you are, high value. You don't need to monitor someone's every move. You don't need to question them and interrogate them. You don't need to follow them. It's an insecure person that does that. But I don't know if you're being, it's not you actually, it's them. I don't know if they're being overbearing or passive. I don't know if they're being overly lusty or lacking libido. I don't know which way it is, but it's negative. Okay, it's a negative version of the King of Wands. It's when that passion spills over into anger or frustration, losing your temper, laying down the law, like being really kind of immovable, unflexible, like inflexible, whatever it is, unflexible. The Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant upright? That's the teacher. Major for Taurus. Someone is wiser now. They're no longer the student, they're now the teacher. They've learnt so many harsh lessons that they want to share what they've learnt with others. Okay, so they could be an instructor, a mentor, a counsellor, writing an autobiography, a tarot reader, a teacher, is someone who's like, I have all this experience, I want to share it because it's going to help other people. It's not just their perception, like it's the reality. They've literally experienced so much. It's like, I got to write this down. I've got to like speak this. I've got to like influence people, with what I now understand, because I've literally like, it's just wasted if like other people make the same mistakes. So the challenge is a soulmate connection. We've got like insecurity of some sort. And then like becoming wiser. And then on your side, we've got this like one in partnership. Then we've got stagnancy, and then we've got feeling and lack. So I don't know if this person refused to cooperate, if they appeared to be more sexual or like more controlling, and you were like, I don't like how this feels, I'm out. But then they could have matured and learned. Let's get 3 for the outcome. Nine of Cups, upright, contented by oneself. That's like a single card. Like nines are like people who are single, they're independent. This person's loving on themselves. They feel loved, they feel supported, they feel celebrated. They're quite content without a relationship. With the Nine of Cups upright, and I don't know if it's you or them. I mean, you're in a space of lack, so I don't think it's you. Maybe they've realised, like, I don't know, actually, it's a bit strange. Let's get 2 more. Because we got the King of Wands reversed, which is insecure. Will I meet a soulmate? I'm wiser now. Maybe they're just learning to be happy by themselves. We've got the Ace of Cups. The Emperor reversed. Fire energy, but major arcana for Aries. Queen of Swords. The Hanged Man. Queen of Swords can be a divorce card, but it's air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Hanged Man is trying to see things from different points of view. Could be self-love with the Ace of Cups. The Emperor reversed is like major insecurity, feeling wobbly, not feeling like a leader, feeling like a loser. Feeling disempowered, less confident. I think, yeah, that makes sense with the Nine of Cups, because those cards together basically alludes to that, which is, I'm going to learn to be happy by myself. I've taken leadership. I've learnt my lessons. I'm not going to constantly search for my soulmate. I'm not going to get too invested with all this passion. I don't think this is your vibe, because you're like in the space of lack. And you feel like blocks and delays to true partnership. It's mirroring almost, but they're kind of like feeling better and you're not. Sometimes it's like having the confidence to stop something if you know it isn't right for you. If you know they're not really a soulmate, you walk away from it, whereas some people just love to be in a relationship. So they're like, get to say my boyfriend or my girlfriend or my fiance or my husband or my wife. They can't be by themselves. They like feel weird without it. So some people love to be in love, you know, and they're not really looking at the person. We've all done it. We've all done it. If you want something enough, you'll tell yourself, like, this is your person. Let's get a message from them. Have my kids. Wow. Queen of Swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's someone that tells the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. They're about justice, fairness, what's right, what's true, what's equal. They love to serve the community, acts of service. You know, they like to be of use to other people. That makes them feel good. They're very intelligent, strategic. They can be very good with their words, you know, silver-tongued. They can think on their feet, very much like a person of intellect, fast-witted, quick-witted. It's upright though, so that it's a good person using the skills in the right way for good. Maybe they are in love and it's making them feel like all wobbly and like, you know, not in control. But that doesn't really make sense with the Queen of Swords. It's all about truth, justice, facts, logic. And we've got a lot of fire. But we have got cups. The Hierophant's earth energy. Emperor reversed. Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed. It's just like, I want teamwork. I'm not getting progress. I feel out on the cord. They're looking for a soulmate. I didn't get the disconnect. I don't understand why. Were they a combination? Because that means I can get one more. I'm sure those were a four together. The Strength card. There's a need to be emotionally strong, not physically strong. Okay, different skills required to what this apex predator sort of automatically has. They're going to need to find inner strength. That's the challenge. Emperor reversed, Ace of Cups, self-love. Queen of Swords can be a divorce card. That's just weird. Have my kids. It doesn't have to be a divorce card, but Hanged Man's very open-minded energy. It's like I need to see things from multiple points of view. I'm willing to like create a bit of time where we figure this out. That could be your energy, that you feel disappointed, let down, it's not going how you want. And yet they've like been taking their time to figure out whether this is a soulmate or not. And therefore you're trying to be emotionally strong. But then they're coming out saying, have my kids. This person could have matured. They could have like had, you know, a realization that you are who they want to be with. Let's get another message from them. I'll worry about us a lot. Will you choose me? Wow, they know what they want. Full stability, like they want to lock it down. It's making them feel insecure. They view you as a soulmate. They really, you know, feel like this is the wise thing to do. King of Wands could be lack of confidence, or it could be overconfident, domineering, overbearing, pushy. So I need to think about like that as well. I worry about us a lot. Have my kids. They could be a Taurus, because Taurians are, yeah, the Hierophant is their major arcana. And Taurians love stability. They love traditional, conservative relationships. And we've got that Six of Cups, soulmate energy with a picture of a family on it. And there's a like fire, but it's fire reversed. I worry about us a lot. I don't know what your issue is with them. They want to have children with you, and you're like, it looks like you're putting the brakes on. You could have Aries in your chart, or you could just be like really wanting to take control. Or maybe you enjoy your independence. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're trying to create delays because you enjoy your independence. But then you worry you're going to lose this person. Oh, I don't know. I'm baffled tonight. Absolutely baffled. You're looking for partnership, so it doesn't make sense why you would put delays. Maybe there's just been blocks and delays. See, you feel left out in the cold, you've put yourself out there. They've taken too long to figure out if this is for them or not. Will you choose me? I worry about us a lot. I just like a disconnect. Let's look for the messy truth. I'm freezing in my room, and I bet it's because they're cooking in the kitchen, so they think the whole house is boiling hot, and it's not. I'm freezing at this end. I'm not having it. I need the heating up. No, it's complaining, aren't I? You lost me. Final straw, self-respect, power move. Online, energy return alignment, spiritual reset. Only when convenient, used for attention, emotional utility, no depth. That's just so weird. Like, I don't understand why the messy truth. You know, they're saying things like, have my kids, I worry about us a lot. Will you choose me? And then the messy truth is like, only when convenient, used for attention. Final straw. Spiritual reset. So, yeah, someone's laying down the law with that Queen of Swords. They're taking time to think, they're exercising self-love. Like, you just used me when it was convenient. Who is it that's happy by themselves? That's the outcome. I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent, and I dream of the day I can experience raising a family together. Just doesn't add up, does it? Vicious circle. Pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, and no-win situation. Fated revelation. Uncover the omens, decipher their meaning, and embrace your destined path. Are you already knowing the tea? Broken mirrors, addictions, roller coaster, toxic connection. Oh my god, the heating's actually boiling hot. I've just touched the radiator and my fingers nearly got stuck to it. It's just cold. Do the unspoken truth. Life isn't a test. There are no right answers. If you wanted this at like different times, if you each wanted it at different times, something's like out of sync. Something's really not simpatico. It's really not. They're saying they want for like stability. They want you to have kids with them. Something about this is a vicious circle. I just don't get that at all. Let's get a message from the universe. If you find yourself constantly seeing recurring numbers or words, it's a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. If you feel that you're caught in a vicious circle with this person, Leo, like, there's been like a block put on it, or you feel intuitively like you need to block it, stop it, or they're, stopping it and sabotaging it. Something is not flowing. And the divine's got you back, like they're really trying to carry you in the right direction. That Queen of Swords is not a nice energy. The Strength card is not nice. The Emperor Reverse, not nice. The Nine of Cups is like single. Something's just not. They can say these things, they can want these things, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You're being protected, and it says vicious circle, so that feels a little bit karmic. Perhaps they say what they think you want to hear. Perhaps you've heard it all before. They to and fro, they go back and forth, they disappear, they come back. The divine fruit. As I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light, my heart is warmth, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. You're being supported, protected, vicious circle. I think you need to move away from this. Look, you're being supported and protected. Ignore what they're saying, okay? It says vicious circle, broken mirrors, addictions, roller coaster, toxic connection, already knowing the tea, and then you got Queen of Swords and the outcome, like severing ties once and for all. Nine of Cups being single. You need to break out of whatever this person's trying to like keep you in. You need to break out of it. That is the message. Like, now I've just zoomed out and looked at everything overall. I ground myself in the present with each step I take. Take a short mindful walk, focusing intently on the movement of your feet and the feel of the ground. Something about this connection is toxic, and you are being told it's a vicious cycle, vicious circle of behaviour. You need to break free from it, you know, cut it dead. You lost me, self-respect, power move. Coming back into alignment with your true self, your true purpose, knowing what's right. Best self. Allocate 5 minutes, sit quietly and think of 2 things you truly cherish about yourself, like your empathetic nature or your ability to bounce back. Write these down, adding a brief moment when each made a difference. Read your words softly, letting them sink in. As you do, feel a wave of self-love. When you feel loving, accepting, and good feelings, the stress based on the feeling of fear will vanish. The body will react to your good thoughts and produce hormones, which in turn will erase stress hormones from the body. Okay, so celebrate the things that you like about. Okay, celebrate the things that you like about yourself. You don't need to be in a connection, especially where it's toxic. Someone's trying to trap you. They don't know what they really want. They're unreliable. You don't want to have children with someone who's unreliable. Okay, that's the worst decision possible. Love find its way to me in forms I never expect. My breath is bridge back to calm. Bridge, that's such a weird word. I think it's like bridged, you know, when you connect one point to another, because I had to look it up. My breath is bridged back to calm. Yeah, so you're restoring yourself, you're calming yourself down, cognitive behavioural therapy, become the best version of yourself, become strong, become empowered, walk away from this, say no thank you, sayonara, see you later. This does feel like a karmic lesson, so I'm going to get one of these cards. The lesson of impermanence. The lesson of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, good or bad. That's quite nice, that. That's quite a relief, isn't it? Time to let it go. Love find its way to me in forms I never expect. Yeah, you need to let go of this, Leo. Let go of this person. I'd expect like a solar plexus chakra or like heart chakra or throat chakra. I honour my emotions without judgment. Okay, so that's the sacral chakra. Root chakra, stability flows through me with ease. Yeah, get yourself grounded, feeling calm, feeling passionate, enthusiastic about the future. You don't need to cling on to something that's become toxic. Bit of an enigma, this one, not gonna lie. What about new love then? When is Leo going to find new love? In the nearest future. As soon as you walk away from this, you've got like love offers, one or multiple waiting for you. Okay, so don't hesitate. I hope you liked this reading. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I will see you in the next one. I'm gonna grab my dinner and I'll be back in a minute to do Virgo. It's chili con carne tonight. Chili con carne, rice, garlic bread. You need, like, I open the door, the rest of the house is so boiling hot. You know what I think it is? I've got, like, stuff on the radiators, so it's, like, not letting the heat out. This corner is very cold, though. This corner of the house, it's an external wall. And I've got the biggest radiator behind me. It's, like, 12 feet long. But this corner is just very cold. It's a cold corner. That's why there's a little spider. I think it's either, like, made a new home somewhere else, or it's been hoovered up by mum and dad while I'm at work. There was, you know, these, like, wispy spiders. One of them, like, upside down ones. I don't like spiders. I think I disturbed it when I went digging through my room yesterday. What are your zodiac signs? You've got to put your date of birth into Google. And then, like, say, what's my sun sign? What's my moon sign? Your sun sign is, like, what you appear like in physicality. Your sort of obvious characteristics, obvious personality, and then your feelings and emotions and what governs you to make decisions, and your decision-making process comes from what can't be seen. So that's your moon sign. You know, so if you think about sun, it's like light, it's visible. When the moon's out, everything's dark, it's hidden. So that's like your feelings, your emotions aren't kind of obvious. What you look like and how you behave is quite obvious to people. But you've got a lot of inner thoughts and feelings and emotions that people can't know about unless you tell them to them or express them to them. I don't know anything about rising or anything like this, rising signs. I'm not that much into astrology. Some people know, like, every aspect of their, like, birth chart and placements, like north node, south node. I've got no idea about any of that either. Maybe I'll read about it one day. Maybe next summer. I only read in the summer. I read a little bit of my Twin Flames book and it's quite interesting, actually. So I might have a little look at that later. Okay, let's go on to Virgo. Oops, I need to do them as well. It's a bit, I feel a bit weird at the moment, you know, like with the full moon and stuff. Like, I always think the full moon looks really pretty, but I feel very emotional the moment. I didn't think it would be like that. I think there's planets in retrograde, isn't there, as well? So that weird reflective, like, effect that everyone gets where they're like, ooh, who am I? Where am I? Where's my ex? I need to hold on to something. Get in. Quadrantids. What the heck is that? Teach the teacher. Oh, a meteor shower. Okay, so you're into astrology then? Or the cosmos? Astronomy. Astronomy. New things. If you got a super strong telescope. You know things, not everything. You know riddles. You sound like the game I'm playing at the moment. The game I'm playing is Ghost of Yotai. It's like Assassin's Creed, basically, but like on steroids. Like the graphics are sick. I'm absolutely loving it. It's like a role play, explore, action game. The combat style's sick. You get amazing outfits. It basically like Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But it's not made by Ubisoft. It's not made by them. Probably is that company because it's so alike. To be honest, it's the exact same formula as well. Certain, like, you know, gods need to be defeated, or certain, like, figureheads need to be defeated. It's exactly the same formula, so they probably just rebranded because everyone was doing down Ubisoft. Black Flag was not the last good game. Black Flag's good. Who doesn't want to be a pirate? Spirit guides, the universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in the second week of January 2025? 2026 with regards to when they're thinking about dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Virgo's feeling, please. Because we're looking at the week ahead, the second week of January 2026. I'll be doing so well as well, not saying 2025. Bloody hell. Straight in with the Tower, Virgo. What is going on? Major change. The landscape of your life is not going to be the same again. Towers can be caused by us. They can be caused by another person. Or they can be exterior forces. So I could announce that I'm pregnant. I could break up with someone. They could turn around and say we need to talk. They could disappear one day. You say I'm not happy. Like Tower moments. They could say I've been offered a promotion and, you know, I've been headhunted into work in a different branch and it's in this country. I want you to come with me, and then you have to decide, and that causes a Tower moment. So people drop towers. We drop towers on people. Sometimes, you know, you rock up into work as per usual and they say, I'm really sorry, I've got to make you redundant. You know, like, we've not been making turnover the way that we were, like, the recession, or like, you know, I don't know. Investors are pulled out, like, we thought we were getting, like, money from X, Y, and Z. It's not happening. I've got to, like, you know, I'm really sorry to do this. Brexit, COVID, they're all, like, external factors. Volcanoes erupting, stopping flights, you know, external factors. climate change, external factors. So sometimes the landscape of your life changes because of you, because of another person, and the impact that has on you directly, or we're indirectly affected by external things, okay, wider forces. So I don't know, there's some kind of major change. It's not like, oh, I'm going to have something different tonight for dinner, actually. It's like, I'm going to be single, like, from tomorrow, or like, I'm going to relocate, you know, we're going to elope, we're going to, like, I don't know. Something's going to be very different, like, I'm about to become a mum, or I'm about to become a dad. Like, something's not going to be the same again. Like, life as you know it's going to be very different. The Ten of Swords. Okay, so the Ten of Swords is major pain. It's the most pain anyone can feel. You know, emotional pain. I mean, when you are distressed in love and your heart's breaking, it physically hurts. Or when you realise a relationship is done, you're flogging a dead horse, or someone is just not seeing your point of view, they're never going to want what you want. Whatever it is, it's been really tough all the way through. And it's just, it can't continue like this. It's very painful. It's very distressing. It creates anxiety. It creates fear. We can't feel this down for long. So 10 is the end of a cycle. That's the good news. Now it has to reset back to 0, because we're going to reach a new phase with the same person, a new chapter of our life, you know, in a different place with the same person, or as a different dynamic within a household, or we're going to become single, or we're going to meet someone new, you know, ask for a divorce. Something's going to reset. It has to. It can't stay like this. The Queen of Swords can be a divorce card, guys, so it's kind of looking like you're calling time on a very, very serious, committed connection. Antarctica gold volcano, what's that? That sounds like some geography that I need to investigate. King of Wands reverse. See, someone's showing up as lacking leadership, lacking assertiveness. They could be insecure, they could be feeling passive, they could be feeling aggressive, they could be feeling overbearing or like a wallflower. They could be overly lusty or have a lack of libido. It's like a reversal of the King of Wands, so it's not good. You know, usually a King of Wands is confident, arrogant, you know, charismatic, walks into a room, everyone turns their head to admire, you know, like it's someone who's really in their power. So it's the opposite of that. The Judgment upright. The Judgment is a call to act. So this person might feel like, hey, you're tearing my world up here. I'm going to have to do something about this. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity to plug my new charger leader. It feels slightly more robust, this one. Well, I just thought I'm going to buy the same thing, but I think they might have upgraded it because people were moaning about the quality of it. Oh, it's bliss having a charger that works. I was really worried yesterday. 3 of Pentacles in the challenge position. I want cooperation. I want partnership. I want, each of us to put in, whether it's 2 people or 3 people, whether it's a team, a group, a family, a friendship group, a club, organisation, 2 people in partnership, in love or business. I want everyone to do their bit. I want unity, I want cooperation, togetherness. We've got to work together towards common goals. That's the challenge. Let's get 3 for the outcome. We've got the 7 of Swords, and it's reversed. The 7 of Swords, when it's upright, is it's kind of like when you're being strategic, like this person's plotting, they're planning, they're taking action. It's quite premeditated. It's also like, they need to get one over the other people. They've come like prepared. When it's reversed, that's like usually being exposed. So that's in the outcome. Someone's plot, someone's plan, someone's scheme is going to be exposed in the outcome. We've got the Death card upright, and in the challenge position, the Ace of Pentacles. So that's the major arcana for Scorpio, but it's about crossing through into a new chapter, leaving the past behind, closure. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's like, can we level up? Can we improve? There's a lot of money at stake. There's a lot of assets or savings, or you're done, Virgo. Like, everything's very dramatic here, cold. After all this fire and a huge tower moment, a tower, like a structure that was standing, has been pulled down, and it will be rebuilt, but it'll be rebuilt for the better and in a way that suits you. And it has been very, very difficult, very painful, and you have to be really logical and rational about it, not emotional. This person, like, I need to take action, I need to cooperate. Maybe they're going to try to stop you from actuating this divorce. They're going to try to offer, like, like a big level up going forwards. Divorce or separation. We've got the 8 of, what is that? 8 of Cups reversed. Yeah. I love it when I get confirmation. So the 8 of Cups is you walking away. The 8 of Cups reverse is them trying to stop you from leaving. Please don't leave. I will do better. I will be better. I can offer you this. We will level up. We will improve. We can move in. We can move out. We can, like, relocate. They will do whatever it takes to stop you from pulling this tower down, from calling time. I think just typing mad shit, Thomas. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna, like, hide you. I don't know what any of that means. Let's get a message from them. Run away. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. They think, like, time together is gonna heal this. Like, you just need time alone, time out from work, time away from other external factors or the stresses or the people. They don't want to worry about anything else. Like if it could just be you and them running off together, that's how they'd have it. Right, we've got sex, and I have so much desire for you. It's very sexual. Why do I feel like there's something forbidden about this? Is something like third party or something? Because it's not often that you have a mutually exclusive relationship that's very committed, very long term, and they're like, oh, I just have so much desire for you, let's run away together. It's not like that. It doesn't make any sense, does it? That makes no sense. Whoever this person is to you, they're very sexually attracted to you and they don't want you to stop this connection that you've got with them. Whether it's a situationship, an affair, you could both be married, one of you could be married, neither of you could be married, but you're about to call time and walk away and they don't want you to. They just want to run away with you. You're like their happy place. Do you know what I mean? Like they're prepared to drop everything. So that you don't really get that when it's the two of you separating. I haven't got the Ten of Pentacles, I haven't got the Ten of Cups, I haven't got Six of Cups, soulmates, nostalgia. I don't have the Three of Swords. It's like you're not happy with certain conditions, so you're gonna end it, and they don't want you to end it. They'll drop everything. It's too much like fueled by passion, desire, what's forbidden, what's exciting. That doesn't fit with two people that have been together for many years. It's more like nostalgia, companionship, comfort, security. It's very different emotions, very different driving forces behind this. They're feeling called to stop you from leaving. They're gonna offer like some sort of like huge thing, like move in with me, run away with me, like we can be exclusive. They want you to stop, you know, don't carry on walking out that door. Like, what's the messy truth? You're my obsession. Oh my gosh. That's very intense imagery. Unhealthy attachment, fixated, no peace. Burned the bridge, final goodbye, unrepairable, no way back. Well, yeah, I mean, there's the bridge getting burnt. They did you dirty, so you burnt the bridge down, you decided, like, I'm walking away from this, and they're like, please don't, I'm going to stop you. I feel called to stop you, like, I'm going to, like, work with you, I want to offer you something really big. They could have tried to have their cake and eat it too. This is what people do, because then they've got the security, financial security, they've got the status of still, like, unbesmirched, like, role, reputation in society as like a good dad, a good mum, a loyal husband, a loyal wife, loyal partner. They've got that reputation still, and then they get to like have a crazy sex life as well. Like they feel like they've got it all. It never lasts because feelings get involved, people might find out, the third party gets sick of like being in the shadows. Nothing can thrive when it's in the dark. So, what becomes like something intoxicating to someone, like they suddenly take it for granted and they're like, oh, I'll just keep them on a string, I'll just dangle, like this and that sometimes to keep them interested, but it can't last forever. They can't do it. So it all falls apart, and then they have to decide like if they're willing to gamble all the security they've got, all like the status that they've got, mutual friends. It's going to affect every aspect of their life. It may affect their employment, the mental health, the finances. Are they willing to leave all of that and rip their life up? They're thinking about it. They're seriously thinking about it. Like, sorry. Undecided. Choosing between lovers, competing perfection, that's confirmation. Okay, they've been having the cake and eating it too. They've refused to commit, and you've gone, no more. I can't do this. I've been in this situation for too long. It's caused me a lot of pain. I won't be your dirty secret anymore. Won't be kept in the dark. It's not fun. Getting let down over and over. I'm burning my bridge. I'm severing ties. And off you go. And they're running after you as you walk through the gate, walk out the door. They're running after you with a huge offer. Because you've realised this is a shyster. It's someone that, they love sex. They love sex with you. You turn them on. They like how it feels to have you as well as everything else that they've got. It replaces a big void that was there for a long time. They feel young again. They feel like a part of themselves that they thought they would never get to experience again. It's such a rush. But they've been like not having to deal with any of the bad stuff of what they're doing. It's a secret. They haven't got to kind of sacrifice anything, and they're gonna have to sacrifice something. But it'll mean running away from everything that they've got already established. It's a bit more straightforward, this one. I was so confused by the last two. Divine union. Use the wings of empathy to bring love and harmony. Now, both of those are talking about using empathy. So it's not like, do you know what I mean? It's just saying like you need to exercise empathy. There's something divine about the two of you. If you do like this person, if you are hung up on them, there's a reason they haven't. You may have had to draw boundaries. You may have had to draw a line in the sand, say what's okay and what's not okay. Make ultimatums. They're going to think about it and they're going to offer you something tangible. Okay, Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles is significant. In their fields, they're completely destroyed, okay? They've taken all kinds of chances for you. They're devastated at the thought of losing you, so you really made this person think. From these actions, from creating this tower moment, they're completely fucked up over it. They're like, oh my god, Virgo's walking out the door, like, forever. And that's when they realise, like, without you, it's a sticking plaster. They haven't actually got happiness. That hole, that void is still there in that marriage or whatever situation, whatever connection, living dynamic they're in. That void is there. You kind of plugged the gap, but now it's like a problem again because you're not there plugging that hole. It's leaving it like, it's like a bucket with a hole in the bottom of it. Like, how can you fill up your emotions to the top if there's something fundamentally wrong with a situation? You've got to get a new bucket, you've got to fix it, you've got to do something. You can't just kind of patch things over for a while, because that plaster that you put on is going to like start to fail, isn't it? And you're back to the original problem of like, yes, I might have financial security, yes, I might have a solid reputation, yes, I might have lots of friends, a big friend circle. No, I don't have this genuine feeling of being close to my person anymore. I miss, like, feeling confident in myself. I miss being sexual. I miss being sensual. I miss, like, feeling close to my person and feeling restored by that. Because it's not like it's not a shameful thing. It's part of like how you symbiotically care for one another and reboot each other, rejuvenate one another, recharge, rest, feed into each other, so that when you go back to work and you've got to lead a team or you've got to stand up to whoever, you can do it with assertiveness. You can feel like you've got your tribe behind you. You're recharged, you empowered again. You can't do that when you're coming home and your person feels a million miles away from you, but you're living in the same house. Because you can love someone and love someone so much, but if they don't want to touch you anymore, if they kind of just give you a peck on the cheek and walk off, it's not nice. It can make you feel shit so fast, and like that doesn't just go away. And I'm not talking about for a few weeks, I'm talking about they're quite happy for things to be like that forever now. And it's like, I don't care whether you're 30 or 60 or 90. If you're not on the same page, that's not fair. That's not fair, because some people need that to feel close. It's not like a sordid thing. It's like, it's very emotional, very emotive thing. They need it to kind of galvanise them and sustain them so they can go back out fighting. Do you know what I mean? And they want it off you, they don't want it off a random person. This is when people cheat because they feel trapped. They feel like, I've tried like a holiday, I've tried like surprising them with X, Y, and Z. They're never going to sleep with me again. And if people just get to a point where they're like, that's me done. You know what I mean? If I stay with my person. But then it's not that easy to leave if you got kids. It's not that easy to leave if you got assets together. It's not that easy if there's legalities, and you get so much judgment from family, and you're not free to just do whatever you like in a lot of respects. But really, it's your life, is that you're just letting people know this is what's happening. I'm just letting you know. You're not asking for permission. You're not asking for permission. Okay, I'll come and get it.
Do you want any dessert?
No, I've still got to eat my dinner. I'm just finishing a busy. Secretive, sneaky, mysterious, hiding information. I told you. Do you ever think about me late at night? Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. Yeah, they thought they could have their cake and eat it too. You're just their toy that they get out when they feel excited, when they feel like they want to, visit that part of themselves. They got you. How lucky are they? They got all this stuff. And then they got all of you as well. They got everything. They got the best of both worlds. No, because it's no good for you. That kind of environment, that kind of set of circumstances, what they're offering, it's not enough. You want to be free, because you'd rather be free than kept in the dark with all these restrictions, all these limitations, all these like times where you're getting let down, you're the last on the list of priorities. No. So you fly free and they're thinking about you. They're thinking about stopping you. It's mostly passion and desire led, this. But it kind of means enough to them to offer something really big, because they do not want you to go. The Eight of Cups reverse is stopping you from walking away. That's what they want to do. The truth of this situation is being exposed. You've realised you're in a cage. You've realised you're not getting a fair deal. You've realised they're probably not going to leave. So now you're forcing their hand. It's like, lose me or leave the situation and free yourself up to be with me properly. So you're forcing their hand. Trusting after betrayal. Yeah, you could have felt like, oh, they're going to do right by me eventually. And then you just realise, like, they're fucking against me. They're not with me. Do you know what I mean? So you sever the ties. And then they're like, no, I'm going to offer you something. They're like running after you with this offer. You're walking out the door. And then they're like, wait, I will like give you this, They're really trying to stop you from walking away. They don't want that. Forcing their hand. Because people, if you let them, they will just keep how they are. Because why wouldn't you want everything? You've got everything now. They're sweet, they're sitting pretty. Meanwhile, you haven't got the status of someone who's a father or mother, a wife or husband. You haven't got financial security. You may not have had children yet, and they got you like to play with. Like, you make it too nice for them, they're not going to leave. They're not going to leave the situation, so. Let's get a message from the universe. Try not to dwell on the past or spend too much time worrying about the future. All it does is steal your joy and sense of inner peace. Concentrate on the here and now and enjoy every moment for what it is. You are creating new memories. I know that you've been questioning yourself lately and wondering if you are good enough or strong enough to do that which your heart desires to do. This message is here to remind you that you really are more than capable of doing it. Rise up and take that leap of faith. That could be a message to them, to like go after what they truly want, to stop playing it safe, to stop staying inside the comfort zone. It could be a message to you to kind of like throw down the gauntlet and walk away. If this person runs after you, fine, but if they don't, you're comfortable walking away knowing you're not a bird in a cage anymore. You're free to do what you want, to find loyalty somewhere else if they're not offering that. It's very empowering, and we don't want to constantly look too far ahead, and we don't want to constantly look too far back, even though we do it. I do it way too much. We don't want to do that because then we're robbing ourselves of like enjoyment, aren't we, in the present? So it's kind of like you'll stop doing that if you, as long as you like act in your truth, as long as you like have strong boundaries, you can't be looking back too much, you can't be looking forward too much. You can actually just enjoy the present then and be like, well, I'm living authentically, I'm living genuinely, I'm living honestly, and I'm not gonna like kind of do something I'm gonna regret or put up with anything that I'll live to regret later on. Like, I'm just taking back control. And then I don't have anyone feeling like they're taking my future or they're wasting my time because I'm in control again. Right, loads of stuff's come out here for advice. I love the person I am and the one that I am becoming. Spend 15 minutes doing something that you love. Okay, because you deserve to be happy. I am courageous and I stand up for myself. Practice assertiveness in a situation where you'd normally stay quiet. So if you normally just go quiet when someone pulls back, send them a big message saying, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Running off, are you, from a difficult conversation? You know, don't just take it. Don't just sit down and take it. You don't have to be psycho and like leave a horse head on their bed, but you can call them out for what they're doing, because everyone knows, they know, you know. But if you don't say it, they're kind of getting away with it, aren't they? They're not being held accountable for it. My efforts are being supported by the universe. My dreams manifest into reality before my eyes. I trust my inner light to guide me. Schedule a health-related appointment that you've been postponing. Okay, so follow your gut. Don't tell yourself that you're being paranoid. You know, trust every part of your intuition, even like if you feel like, you know, there's just something not right, like my health. You're not crazy. You know your body. You're living in it. You know it better than someone who's just looking at it from afar. You know what's good for you because you know what doesn't feel good. Okay, you've experienced what doesn't feel good. It's not making you feel happy, so why would you continue to do it? You know, if it's time for change, if it's time to draw boundaries, if it's time to put ultimatums out there, do it. If it's time to actually say to someone, you're doing this, you're running away, and you're avoiding dealing with a situation, and you keep doing it, I don't like it, and I don't like how disrespectful it is towards me, just say it. Even saying it is cathartic. If you don't say anything, it's like saying that's all right. You know, you're not thinking it's all right, but you're not kind of saying it's not either. Does that make sense? It's like leaving the door open for them to come back, or, you know, they think, I don't know what, you know, like they got away with it, and then they'll just wait till you got amnesia, like you hit your head and you don't remember what happened. It's weird, but people think they can bounce back and like not take any accountability for what happened, and then make you feel like you're crazy, that you're in a mood or something, and you're like, I'm not in a mood, you made me upset with your actions. Call them out on it. If they're not like grown up enough to like say, you're right, I'm sorry, then they're a prick, aren't they? Or they're a bitch. They need to grow up, because everyone knows. It's not that you have to tell them because they don't know. They know exactly what they're doing, which isn't very nice. No, it's not nice. That running away thing, that's still not dealing with reality. It's still not. They're kind of coveting you, but keeping you separate from everything that's real. So it's like, what's that? It's not really. They are going to be forced to offer something tangible instead of running away. Break a routine, choose an action you know how to do, something you do often, like going to the shop or going home from work. Instead of doing it like you always do it, change one part of it. Breaking a routine like this will inspire a so-called beginner's mind. The mind will awaken to observe and sense normal things as new and wondrous. With this, there will be a feeling of presence which reduces stress. Yeah, see, sometimes we get stuck in a rut, we keep doing things exactly the same. I know it's like just one example, but I changed what eye makeup I was using because when I'm so busy and I'm so tired, it's like it's just easy to keep doing things exactly the same. It's easy to just keep doing your hair the same, or I don't know, come home and like kick your shoes off and then not move for the next 10 hours. It's easy to do the same thing. It's different to book a pottery course, but then it's kind of like, oh, I wouldn't normally be here at this time and I'm out somewhere and I've just seen a sunset instead of just seeing the four walls of my room. Or I don't know. I've used a different petrol station and I didn't realise I had these options open to me because I just always go to that one and I just always do this and I just always do that. You're not really living, are you? Just kind of existing. So it doesn't have to be major. In fact, changing quite small things it just makes life a bit more interesting, doesn't it, if we're honest? The more you kind of shake things up, it can start off with something really, it feels insignificant, but it's like a ripple effect. It's like a butterfly effect. And your mind just gets different ideas coming into it. You become a bit more creative. You might problem solve more easily. Just don't be in such a rut. Um, Sometimes you just do stuff out of muscle memory. You're not really looking at all the options you've got available to you. Did I do? I don't think I did this one, which is strange because I always do that one first. Creation. I have the power to direct my life. I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. Yeah, I have the power to direct my life. You are taking control. To leave is to make a stand. To give an ultimatum is to take a stand. To say to someone when you wouldn't normally say, you do this, and I know that you do it, and I don't like it. That is to take a stand, and it is to behave differently, to react differently. If someone assaults you, scream. Don't just kind of like try to move away from them or do something subtle. Be outrageous, be more assertive and take control because people take advantage. They kind of know the psychology of how you're likely to behave. And it's not okay, they're taking advantage. In stillness, my truth becomes louder. That's kind of like get a bit of space, get a bit of thought, create some distance, be still, don't shout and argue. Sometimes like silence speaks the loudest, just withdrawing your energy can speak volumes, but if you've always done that, maybe say something instead. It's definitely about getting your head together. That I'm not saying you can't have this person, but it's not going to progress in these conditions. These are not the conditions where a connection's going to thrive. So there would need to be major change, significant change, and that is going to come from you. Be courageous, creation. My efforts are being supported by the universe. Break routine. I love the person I am becoming. You followed your intuition with this situation. You knew that it wouldn't change. You knew they probably liked you more than a bit, and you're prepared to walk away if not. It's like the dark side of this person, like that everyone's got good and bad about them, but it's the bad side of them that's keeping you in a cage, that's telling themselves they're okay to keep doing that. Unless you say something, they're not going to stop. They got everything how they want it their way. Truth flows freely from within me. That is the throat chakra that is speaking up for yourself. If you normally stay quiet, if you normally look away, if you normally like have absolute disdain for a situation, but you kind of just like, you feel like someone's got your voice, or you just think, well, I'll walk away, that'll like have a bigger impact. Maybe don't do that this time. If that's what you've always done, call them out for the shit and tell them what they are. Call a spade, you know. It might get to their ego a little bit, make them face reality. So we've already done messages from the universe. The messages were, you are good enough, you are strong enough to do what your heart desires. Don't dwell on the future or the past too much. You know, when you take control, you don't have to hold on to shit like that. You feel assertive, you feel like you're going places. We stop looking forward, we stop looking back, we stop worrying. End of. I've done that. Okay, so when is this going to recover, this situation between Virgo? If they call this person out on their actions, they draw a line and say, well, no, it would have to like seriously change. They call a bluff and walk away. And it's not pretend. It's not like we're totally dependent on them. It's like, no, I'm actually at a point where I've had enough and I'm walking out that door. I'm burning down the bridge, the tower, you know, like we can't do this like on repeat, because I'm actually pulling this tower down. This has to end. I'm exposing, you know, like this nasty situation that you've got me in, and I'm walking away. You know, that's happening categorically. That's happening. So is this person going to come after Virgo if they're going to and offer an Ace of Pentacles? When will that be? Or when will there be contact from this person? Within a couple of days, okay? They won't be able to deal with it. They will have to say something. You've always got new love waiting. Never ever think that if it goes bad, like, and you don't get this person, that you screwed up. Like, if they don't show up for you, they're not meant to be with you. So when is new love on the horizon? If Virgo no longer wants this person, or if they do, but it somehow doesn't work out, when will Virgo get new love from a different person? Within 3 months. See, so like, that's what you'd expect. You've always got another opportunity, so don't, you know, don't put up with less than what you deserve. I hope you liked this reading. I hope it was helpful. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. If you want to donate, there's a link in the channel description. You can super chat, you can give a super thanks on a video that you feel like really resonated with you, or just put a really nice comment, let me know. It all keeps me going. I'm back working full time as a teacher. I'm doing the channel in the evenings and weekends, so power me up with a nice comment. Memberships are starting around March time, as soon as I can. I'll make them available. If you're a member, you'll get a free finance reading, you'll get a free health reading, and a how to read tarot series as well, and anything else that I decide to throw in. It's like $5.99 a month to be a member, so you get a lot for your money. And collective love readings will continue to be weekly, and they'll continue to be free. So I appreciate that money comes and goes. Sometimes you might think I've got the money, sometimes you think I can't do that at the moment, even if I want to. I get it, I've been there. I will be doing the next 3 signs tomorrow, so it'll be Libra, Scorpio and Sagittarius tomorrow. And then the day after, I'll do Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces, okay? So make sure you watch your sign. Check in regularly to understand what your lessons are, what you're going through, how your feelings are changing. Compare it to how their feelings are changing. That's why I do the 9-card spread, to see if you're in alignment, you know. Are you mirroring each other? Are you totally on different wavelengths? What is going on? Was one person betrayed by the other? But watch their sign, watch their reading as well. Check out signs that you cusp with. So like I resonate with Aries readings because I'm very early on in Taurus season. Aries readings tend to resonate with me more often than not. They resonate more than the Taurian ones do, so it's weird but kind of cool. If that doesn't go there, that goes there. If anyone's interested in a personal reading, it doesn't have to be love. It can be love. It can be a specific question. It can be a general, like, past, present, future, what's coming in for me in love life. You know, it can be a finance reading, whatever you want. They're all £18. My email address is in the channel description, jen3585@gmail.com, or you can direct message on TikTok or Instagram. Have a lovely rest of your evening, guys. Take it easy. Monday's down. You deserve a rest now. Have a good one.